Hey guys, and how about we watch Lara Croft versus Nathan Drake Death Battle? Alright, so, as far as what I think will happen in this episode, I do believe that Lara Croft will win, just because of all the ridiculous things that she has done, like fighting dinosaurs and all that. Of course, I don't think Nathan Drake gets completely outclassed, but all the same, I do believe Lara does outdo him in a lot of areas. Now, for any of you who actually watch all of my content, there was a video I made that said I would like Nathan Drake versus Indiana Jones better. I still do think that would be a good fight, but I just wanted to say that I do think Lara Croft versus Nathan Drake's a better fight. I just thought that Nathan Drake versus Indiana Jones would be more fair. Either way, I'm excited to see this episode. The thumbnail looks really weird. Like, I don't really like it, but at the same time, their choice. Anyway, who wins isn't up to me. It's up to these guys, and I might get it right, I might get it wrong. I don't know, but either way, let's start our show.
This episode of Death Battle is brought to you by Go90, the free digital entertainment service featuring TV shows, original series, esports, concerts, live sports, and behind-the-scenes access to some of your favorite musical artists. Watch Go90 free on your phone, tablet, laptop, or cast to your TV. Visit Go90.com or download the app on your iOS or Android device today, and be sure to check out Rooster Teeth's new original series, What Do You Know?, exclusively on Go90.
Oh, a new intro, huh?
Sometimes an archaeologist needs a bit more than
I don't
a
like it
shovel
as
and
much.
brush, especially when they're on the hunt for the most legendary of treasure.
Yeah, if it were that
I
easy,
can't do like
everyone
the
would
audio
be doing
sync
it.
thing
The
anymore.
best treasure hunters are the ones with the brawn
Now I have to try
match
and-
their brain.
Like Lara
Croft.
Croft, the Tomb Raider.
Alright, there's a
And
sync
Nathan
point.
Drake, seeker of the Uncharted.
I guess that
He's
works.
Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Huh.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Most people spend their entire lives in pursuit of wealth, status, and power, but Lara Croft was lucky enough to be born into them. However, despite attending the best schools and living in her own
I don't like
mansion,
this theme
she
as
was
much.
missing one crucial thing: adventure.
Man, rich people are always looking for some crazy way to help keep themselves entertained. But if you have a lot of money and you take a lot of trips, it's good odds that one of those trips is bound to go horribly wrong.
And guess what? It did!
Before she was even old enough to order a drink, a crash landing left her stranded in desolation. She had to learn for herself how to adapt and survive.
So this
for
is the
over a
original
week
Lara
before
Croft.
returning to civilization as a whole new lady.
I know that the
In
new
whatever
one...
Tomb Raider timeline you're looking at, whether it's on an island or the Himalayas, Lara's destined to this life-changing fate.
I'm never getting on a plane with her.
Surprisingly, Lara's experience
I know
Oh,
left her
that the
far
new
from
one
traumatized. Instead,
has
she
her
was inspired,
crash
hooked
land
by
on
the
a
thrill
boat,
of perilous adventure.
not a plane.
So she struck out on her own, seeking lost treasure across the globe to make a name for herself.
But Lara's no fool. So first she made sure she'd be ready for anything. She tracked down the best teachers she could find to learn her the ways of stealth, survival, and martial arts.
She became proficient in numerous types of firearms, and her martial art of choice appears very reminiscent to kickboxing. She can even fight while blindfolded.
Huh.
So
I didn't know
she's
she had a
basically
comic.
Batman, who treasure hunts with guns. Speaking of which, Lara is famous for her trademark dual Heckler and Koch pistols. And I'm not talking about the things under her sweater, but she's also skilled with shotguns, assault rifles, submachine guns, even grenades. And she uses them to take down everything from armed thugs to T-Rexes.
Yeah.
Lara is also skilled with a competition compound bow, perfect for stealth kills.
And she's got enough trick arrows to make Green Arrow proud. She's got fire arrows, poison arrows, explosive tipped arrows, and even rope arrows for crossing gaps or grappling things. And while her climbing axe is supposed to be used for scaling up cliffs, you can imagine what the thing does to a human skull. Oh wait, you don't have to. Watch. Lovely.
Gruesome murder aside, Lara's extensive training paid off in big ways. She's discovered the legendary blade Excalibur, the Philosopher's Stone, the Ark of the Covenant, Thor's hammer Mjolnir, and even Bigfoot, whom she also promptly killed.
Yep.
Suck it, Sasquatch. She survived dinosaurs, the Kraken, a Chinese dragon, and she even found the long-lost Led Zeppelin song Stairway to Heaven.
No, she found a literal stairway to heaven.
Really? Holy shit!
For a 132-pound woman, she's surprisingly strong. She's held up a heavy gate for 36 straight seconds while drowning. She also regularly pushes around enormous boulders, like the giant blocks in the Pyramid of Giza. This makes her easily strong enough to, say, punch a man through a wooden beam.
Lara's also a crack shot. She can precisely
Like I said,
attack
she's
multiple targets in less
done
than a second, even if they're
really
button-sized
insane stuff.
bolts or kunai
I
flying
really
through the air.
don't think Nathan
She's
Drake can
skilled enough to
compare.
infiltrate and escape Area 51. She's tenacious enough to take a bullet in the heat of battle and keep fighting. And she's tough enough to dive off a 250-foot cliff into water with no injury whatsoever. The highest documented dive ever recorded is 193 feet. But unlike Lara, this driver underwent weeks of preparation and still broke his collarbone.
Hell, this girl can survive almost anything. When she was younger, she got impaled by a rusty metal spike and was still able to complete an entire adventure while in constant
Alright, this
pain.
is
She
a
wasn't even able
really...
to properly treat it. She had to cauterize it with a burning arrow tip.
Damn, that's hard.
This is another instance of what people get annoyed at a lot.
And then there was that one
They're
time she threw her
mixing.
climbing axe at a helicopter and it just exploded.
Yeah, the only logical explanation being she threw the axe into the chopper's air intake, shredded its internals, which caused a spark that reached its gas tank.
She made the helicopter explode with nothing but an axe. That girl's got one hell of an arm.
I think we can all agree Lara is a badass, but she thinks so too, and can get a bit reckless.
If she gets too full of it, she could always find herself at the wrong end of a tree branch, crushed by boulders, mauled by wolves, shot in the head, stabbed through the face, all sorts of horrific fatal mistakes.
Even knowing that, the risk doesn't keep her from any of her bewildering adventures.
But yeah, I don't think Nathan Drake can compare. They're mixing continuities. That's what I was saying. A lot of people get annoyed
Sic Parvis Magna.
when they do
to
that.
most people, these words hold little meaning, but for globetrotting explorer Nathan Drake, it's his life motto: greatness from small beginnings.
And beginnings don't get much smaller than his. Little Nate spent half his childhood in a boys' home, where he was raised by nuns, picked on by bullies, and pretty much just hated on for every second of his life.
Nathan found solace in his fascination with history, particularly the explorer who found El Dorado, Sir Francis Drake. And like his idol, Nathan dreamed of one day escaping the orphanage to go on treasure hunts of his own.
And he did, with his big brother Sam. The treasure? They're dead mom's old journals about Mr. Drake himself. Turns out they were in some old lady's house, so they broke in, she called the cops, and then immediately died of a heart attack.
Obviously not wanting to be caught trespassing and standing over a dead woman when the police arrived, Nathan began a life on the run.
Talk about shitty luck. Man, all
Yeah.
he wanted was a book.
Fortunately, Nathan seemed born for the treasure hunter's life. He's exceptionally athletic, has encyclopedic historical knowledge, and can find a way out of almost any bad situation with his quick wit.
He'd make sure that everyone would remember the name Nathan Drake.
After several solo adventures, Nathan eventually teamed up with Victor Sullivan, a former Navy officer
Sully
turned
is the
expert con
best
artist.
person
Sully
in
taught
the
Nathan
games.
the ways of combat, both with his fists
Like, even
and with
better than
firearms.
Drake himself.
Good thing, too, because it seems like everybody out there wants to take a shot at Nate.
Also, they
He
didn't
almost
actually
always
mention
has
that
a
his name isn't
45
Nathan
Defender
Drake.
Or 9mm pistol on
That's
hand,
just his
as
alias.
Well as a couple grenades. Nate can rack up the body count with just about any weapon he touches, including machine guns, shotguns, grenade launchers, and sniper rifles. Hey, when there's a literal army of bad guys out to kill you, you gotta become a one-man army yourself.
Ready for anything, Nathan set out to follow in his idol's footsteps, and then some. He's discovered 5 lost civilizations, stopped multiple world-ending threats, and even unlocked the secret of El Dorado like Sir Francis Drake before him.
Yeah, turns out it's not a city of gold, just a dead guy that turns people into zombies. Didn't see that one coming. Anyway, Nate wouldn't have done any of those things if he weren't physically fit for the job. He's strong enough to move boulders twice his size and hold up a 4-ton gate for 4 seconds. He can
Yeah, they're
climb
going
huge
to
cliffs with nothing but
mention that
fingertips
that isn't
and
nearly as good
constantly
as
jumps
Lara's.
humongous gaps without needing a running start.
Wait, why is that on the PS
standing broad
Vita?
jump world record is
You totally
12
could have gotten
feet
that
and
on
40
any
inches.
system.
In this instance, Nathan Drake was able to make a 19-foot jump from a standstill. 19
Wait, is the
feet,
game actually
and he's always
different?
clearing similar jumps throughout his adventures.
Nate's got hops, but he's also got an iron hide. The dude is constantly falling dozens of feet and just shaking it off. Like that time he did a 40-foot belly flop and got right back up like it was nothing. That could kill a normal guy.
Nathan Drake is nothing if not determined. When he found himself cornered on a train and bleeding out from a bullet wound, his solution was to simply blow the whole thing to oblivion.
What a convenient pile of propane tanks.
I know, right?
But of course, he survived the crash and even climbed to safety, despite having no way of knowing he'd get out of this whole mess alive at all.
On top of all that, look what he's wearing. It's freezing up there.
Actually, explosions generally seem to be his exit of choice, like when he blew up a cargo plane while flying over Saudi Arabia.
After surviving the trip to the ground, he wandered the desert for 2 straight days with 0 food or water. But even with all that, when he found a bunch of mercenaries who wanted to kill him, he was still able to fight them off. How is this guy real? What kind of deal did he make with Satan? Because he should know that stuff comes with a terrible price. Believe me.
All of this just
Well,
proves
he would
how
know.
careless and
Boomstick
haphazard Nathan
would
really
know.
is. This man rarely, if ever, has a plan for anything at any point.
Yeah.
Nearly every moment of his life, whether he's in or out of danger, Nathan's philosophy insists that he simply roll with whatever punches come his way. When it comes down to it, much of his survivability can be chalked up to an abundance of good luck.
And also his incredible knack for improvising and adapting. Lucky or not, hundreds, if not thousands of bad guys have tried to beat him to some treasure and lost. It's good odds that if you go up against Nathan Drake, you're not just gonna lose that treasure, you're gonna lose your life.
What the hell did you do back there?
Well, you know, save the world.
You know, I've done that plenty of times. It's
All
nothing
right,
special.
the buttons are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, I'm gonna tell you how to save your relationship. Valentine's Day is rapidly approaching, and you're probably
So yeah,
still
while
looking
the
for a
commercial's
gift for your
going, I
significant other
still
or
don't
love
like the
interest.
new
Or
theme,
maybe
but
you're like
that's
me and
off
want a
topic.
festive way to deliver this
As
month's
far
alimony
as
check.
the actual
Well,
death
there's
battle
an
goes, I
easy,
still think
foolproof
Lara's going to
solution.
win, especially because they
Growflowers.com,
literally
a
made the
service that
comparison
lets you
between the
choose from an
gates.
assortment of lovely bouquets. Then select the delivery date. and
Hers,
Growflowers
she
will
held
deliver.
she held
Plus,
up
the
for
flowers
30
are
seconds,
guaranteed
whereas
to last
his,
for
he only
7
held
days
it
or
for
your
4
money back.
seconds.
Looking at your wallet right now? Well, good news. As a Death Battle viewer, you can get 2 dozen assorted roses with a free glass vase for $29.99. by heading to
Direct
growflowers.com.
comparisons like that make
Click
me
on the
think.
microphone in the top right corner and enter promo code DeathBattle. Or if you want to
And
go the
other
extra
than that,
mile,
I
upgrade the
think,
delivery to 2 dozen long stem
yeah.
roses with free premium vase and chocolate for an additional $9.99. So
Now that I
head to
think about it,
growflowers.com, click the microphone in the
I would
upper
like
right-hand
Nathan
corner
Drake to win,
and enter promo code
but
DeathBattle. But
I don't
right
think he
now,
will.
It's time for a death battle.
All right, let's go. This is Torian, right?
Damn, it's cold up here. Okay, let's try.
This is Torian, right? It has a really odd, like,
Haha, gotcha.
Stop! Turn around. Slowly.
it looks weird.
Ah, crap. Hey there. I'm guessing the whole finders keepers rule isn't gonna apply.
Cut the chit-chat. The Grail's coming with me. Either walk away or die right here. Choose wisely.
Okay, Missy. First rule about me. I don't walk away.
Alright, not too big a fan of the animation so far. I think if this is Torian, I really liked your work before.
It never fails. I get to the gold at the end of the rainbow and somebody tries to kill me.
I have to say, this fast motion, like them right up in each other's faces, that looks pretty cool.
Not a scratch.
Do you know what you've done?
That's probably not good.
I mean, how is that his fault?
Okay, that's Definitely not good.
I like how they actually use the fact that he has the hops. How is she going to catch up to him? Oh, she just has a motorcycle. I mean, that's Lara for you.
Sorry, have to do what I have to do.
Ah, crap.
So did he die? What? Alright. Oh, wow.
Not a scratch.
That was...
Oh, nice shot! Told you she had a good arm.
Lara and Nathan have both displayed impressive
mean,
feats of strength, durability, agility, and weapon skills, but Lara tended to have the edge in every category.
Both of them were way stronger than you'd think. Nathan shoved a boulder large enough to weigh 20 tons. That means he literally had the strength of 10 men.
But in Lara's case, she moved several limestone blocks used in the Great Pyramids. Not only did she move them much farther distances than Nathan, but given their size and makeup, these blocks should weigh over 27 tons each.
Lara's way
It's
tougher,
weird.
too.
I didn't have any
There's been
issue
through
with
things
the
that
outcome
definitely would have
or...
taken Nate out.
Like when
Like
she was
the
impaled
research.
by rebar, but was still able to accomplish everything necessary to survive a hostile island for a week. Nathan suffered a bullet wound in the same area of the body, and while he powered through the pain for a short time, he soon passed out and was unconscious while under intensive care for 3 days.
Take my word for it, I've been through pretty much everything you could think of, and I'd rather take a bullet than rebar any day. And that rebar thing happened when Lara was pretty young. Later, she got all sorts of combat and survival training from experts, while Nate was mostly self-taught, with a few pointers every so often from a con man. Also, when the pressure's really on, Lara manages to always keep a cool head. Much better than Nate.
So, you got a plan C?
Yeah, floor it. What? I'm getting on that train.
What are you, crazy?
Nathan Drake did just about everything by the seat of his pants, and eventually, luck always runs out.
Yeah, she was just too crafty for him.
The winner is
I didn't have an
Lara
issue
Croft.
with the death battle's results. I just didn't like the new style.
Next time on Death Battle.
Scrooge McDuck.
Life is like a hurricane here in
What?
Duckburg. Race cars, lasers,
Wow.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our Season 4 premiere. I'm Ben, I play Wiz.
I'm Chad, I play Boomstick.
And next time we've got Scrooge McDuck versus... Well, you gotta find out by sticking to our Twitter, that's @ScrewAttack, or our
All right.
Facebook, official SA.
And if you want to be the first to watch Death Battle, you can always become the first
Okay.
member by clicking the link in the description
Alright.
below and start a 30-day free trial. It's a great way to support the show. Thanks.
Okay, I already said it, but I didn't like this death battle, but not because of the results or the research. I thought this was gonna happen from the start, but the new style of everything, I just really didn't like. I didn't like the animation. I didn't like the fact that it was in a theater view. It wasn't necessary. It makes my life a little bit harder as far as making those music video things some of you guys watch. and I didn't like the new actual analysis style. I liked the old one because it reminded me of like a cage match, almost like, you know, what you think of when you think of a fight to the death. Whereas this seems much more, I guess, electronic. Less gruesome is what I would say. Which is ironic because that was like a really gruesome death. Also, I like how they said he has an abundance of good luck, but then they have him get impaled by a helicopter blade. Anyway, so I suppose that's it. I already said I didn't have an issue with the outcome or anything, so I don't have anything else to say other than Scrooge McDuck. I never watched that cartoon, so I don't know. Does he actually have combat feats? Like, does he really? I have no idea what he could bring to the table. The only person who's coming to mind is like Batman because of how much money he has, but that would just be ridiculous if they had Batman 3 times before some other really wanted character, like have Goku in a different death battle. Something like that. So yeah, I don't know who he's going up against, and that's it. Alright, so if you liked this video, be sure to leave a like. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. I need your guys' reviews just so that I can know what you like and what you don't like. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. Alright, see you in the next video.